1-2 to Freeman. There's a dozen for Trey Yesavage.
What a performance so far from Trey Yesavage.
From MLB.com, this is the Morning Lineup Podcast. I'm your host, Mandy Bell. Today is Thursday, October 30th, and the Blue Jays are in position to pull off the ultimate upset, to prove once again that David can beat Goliath, to win their first World Series title in more than 3 decades. But that last win can be the hardest to get. We'll recap the historic performances from the Toronto offense and starter Trey Yesavage that put them in this position. We'll preview what's to come in Game 6 on Halloween night, and as always, we'll do it all in under 10 minutes. Let's get to it. There's so much to say about Trey Yesavage that we kind of just need to get the offense talk out of the way to focus on the star of the show. And when a game starts like this, it's really telling that this isn't the biggest talking point.
Here he comes after going Game 5 with a fastball that's hit in the air to deep left field. Call to the track. It's on the first pitch of Game 5.
That was the very first pitch of the game off Blake Snell, of all pitchers. Sure, the Blue Jays got to him in Game 1 a few days ago, but before that, Snell had been excellent this postseason. He told the media on Tuesday that he learned a lot from the mistakes he made in Game 1 and was ready to rediscover that dominance in Game 5. Yet, one pitch into the game, and Davis Schneider's dad was left jumping for joy in the stands, watching his son set the tone for the Blue Jays.
Oh no! No way! No way! No! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! You gotta be kidding me!
One mistake, nah, that's nothing. Sure, the Dodgers would rather have set the tone themselves, but this is something that you can easily overcome. But then, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. came to the plate.
And the 0-1. Vladimir rocks the ball, left field and deep, back to the wall, it is good again! Back-to-back blasts in the first, and in 3 pitches, the Blue Jays lead 2-0.
3 pitches, 2 homers. A first inning no one would have predicted, especially with typical leadoff hitter George Springer on the bench with an oblique injury. This is the first time in World Series history that a team has hit back-to-back home runs to lead off a game. The only other team in postseason history with back-to-back homers to lead off a game was the 2002 A's in the ALDS. And for Vlad, that was his 8th homer of the 2025 playoffs. That's tied for the second most in a single postseason in MLB history, trailing just Randy Arozarena's 10 in 2020. Add an Enrique Hernandez homer in the 3rd, an Ernie Clement sacrifice fly in the 4th, a run-scoring wild pitch, a Bo Bichette RBI single in the 7th, and an RBI single by Isaiah Kiner-Falefa in the 8th, and you get a 6-1 Game 5 victory for the Blue Jays. But the real star, that was Yesavage. We have so much to say about this rookie after the break.
Chopper to third, Clement to second, over to first, double play! A World Series masterpiece from 22-year-old Trey Yesavage.
I know we've said this before, but it has to be said again. Just take a moment to process the year that Yesavage has had. He made his professional debut, not Major League debut, but professional baseball debut, in April in Single A. Last season, he was pitching for East Carolina. He made brief stops at all 4 minor league levels before quickly making his big league debut just last month. 3 regular season starts was all he needed to be trusted to get the ball in the playoffs. He was the World Series Game 1 starter. He did just enough to help his team get a win that day, but on Wednesday, he truly shined.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. A dozen Ks for Yesavage.
7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run on a solo homer, 12 strikeouts, and 0 walks. Talk about a performance of a lifetime. And thanks to some Sarah Lang stats, we can prove it was exactly that. A performance of a lifetime. This was the first time a rookie struck out 12 batters in a World Series game in MLB history. And let's just forget that rookie title. This was the most strikeouts by any pitcher ever in the World Series with 0 walks. Ridiculous. The only pitchers to have double-digit strikeouts through 5 innings in multiple postseason games are Trey Yesavage and Garrett Cole. Yesavage is the first to do so twice in the same postseason. And finally, Yesavage induced 23 swings and misses. That's the most in a World Series by any pitcher since 2008 when pitch tracking began. Now, with all of this, think of all the Savage puns our friend Anthony Kastrovich would be rattling off right now. I'll spare you, but Yesavage walked off the mound after an inning-ending double play in the 7th inning and was greeted with hugs by everyone in the Toronto dugout. Manager John Schneider was first in line. At the end of the row was Vlad Jr., who wrapped his arms around him in a bear hug fashion. A performance that Yesavage, nor his family, will forget anytime soon.
Crazy world. Hollywood couldn't have made it this good. So just being a part of this, I'm just very blessed. Walking from the bullpen to the dugout, I took a moment to look around the stadium, see all the fans I wanted to I was hoping I'd send them home upset, but yeah, it was just a cool, like, full circle moment.
And now it all comes down to Halloween night. The Dodgers' chance to repeat as World Series champions is on the line. The Blue Jays' first championship title since 1993 is well within reach. The two teams will take today to travel across the continent to Toronto as the Canada faithful will hope to see a celebration in the middle of the Rogers Centre on Friday. But if you're the Dodgers with your back against the wall, is there anyone you'd rather turn to than Yoshinobu Yamamoto?
The 1-2 pitch. Popped up, left side. Yamamoto goes the distance again. World Series mastery. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Game 2 of the World Series against the Blue Jays, has thrown a complete game, retiring the final 20 that he faces.
Yamamoto has been a workhorse for the Dodgers this postseason. He turned in a complete game in each of his last 2 outings. Just 2 days after his latest 9-inning performance, he told his manager he was ready and willing to pitch in relief as a marathon game reached the 18th inning. The guy's a machine, and it'll come down to him and the Dodgers to force a Game 7. Opposing Yamamoto will be Toronto's Kevin Gausman, the team's ace. As confident as LA will be sending Yamamoto to the rubber, the Blue Jays will feel the same with Gausman. He's been as consistent as you could ask for this postseason, and for a team that went 54-27 at home this year, getting back to Toronto and sending your ace to the mound in a clinching scenario is as perfect of a script as one could write up. And don't forget, game-used baseballs, bases, and more are now live on auction from the 2025 World Series. Items are collected right off of the field with new auctions added after each game. Own a piece of World Series history by bidding at MLB.com/World Series auction. That's all for today's morning lineup. Will Leach will be back with you tomorrow to make sure you have all the information that you need to be ready for Game 6 of the World Series tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. As always, please be sure to give us a rating and a review and share this episode with the baseball lovers in your life. Thanks for listening and enjoy the final days of the 2025 baseball season.